Let me set up the scenario for you. You're trying to buy a house. You're under contract. You've done all the homework. You've done such a great job of pulling your financial data together. You've gotten pre-approved. Yay, right? That's a big step. And you think you're free and clear now to just cruise on to the closing table, right? In one sense, yes, you are. But there are a couple things that you could do to severely jeopardize your chance of closing on that property. And it has all to do with financing and credit. So listen up and pay attention, because I don't want you to fall into that particular scenario. What's going on, everybody? I'm Stephen Koterbash of K-Bash Realty, and I get to help people buy and sell houses every day. We all know what happened back in around 2008, right? Lenders were extremely loose with who they gave loans to, right? They gave loans to many people that they probably should not have given loans to, but they did. And as a result, we had a housing crisis. So since then, I really feel like lenders learned a big lesson. So they're a lot more stringent now in their guidelines and parameters around qualifying people and approving people for a loan. If you are someone that's in the market right now to buy, maybe you've gone through the pre-qualification process, and then maybe you've even gotten pre-approved for a loan. And those are very big steps. But there are some things that you can do to really hurt yourself and hurt your chances of getting to the finish line for that particular property. So I've read some blog posts lately of folks that have had some kind of nightmare scenarios happen, and I wanted to talk through one of them with you today so this does not happen to you. Hey, before we keep going, do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button on my channel. You'll get notified when I release a new video, and you get to take a look at my hair again. And as my nieces would say, what are you talking about, your eyebrow hair? One case study I read about involved making a big purchase during the underwriting process. This particular family had been pre-approved and things were going well for their entire transaction. Well, they decided that they were going to go ahead before closing and purchase some furniture. So this family wanted to make the furniture purchase. They purchased it all at one time. They put it on a credit card because they wanted to get points, which, hey, we all love to get those points. My wife and I do the same thing. We've got credit cards that we use, and we pay them off at the end of every month, and we get points, right? I know a lot of people do that. Well, this particular family wanted to do the same thing. So they did not realize the harm that they were about to cause their entire process of trying to purchase this house. So before closing, the lender has to look at financials again. So right before you get that clear to close, the underwriting process happens, and they take a look at your financials again. So please keep that in mind if you're buying a house. Just because you got pre-approved doesn't mean that they're going to turn a blind eye, meaning the lender, they're going to turn a blind eye to your financial information and just give you the loan and you're going to close. That's not what happens. So in this instance, the family bought the furniture, and for their particular credit card that they used, I think they used something like a 30% credit utilization. For this particular family, that big purchase caused their credit utilization ratio to go up above 30%. So that means the credit that they used was more than 30% of the total available credit for this credit card. So guess what that did? It negatively impacted their credit score, which is not a good thing. In addition to that, their DTI, or debt to income ratio, was negatively impacted. That lender took a look at this new credit card bill that they have now on their record and looked at their income, and of course that the debt piece of that equation increased, so that debt to income ratio was not so favorable anymore. In this particular situation, the lender was able to work with the family. The family had to immediately turn around and pay off that large debt and wipe the credit card out at zero, and then they were able to close on the loan, thank goodness. But not everyone is so lucky. I've read lots of horror stories and heard some horror stories as well, where people had to either significantly delay their closing or they weren't able to close at all because of a large purchase that they made during the underwriting process. Hey, if you're watching this video, more than likely you're trying to purchase a home, right? You're trying to buy a home. Well, also involved in this whole process is a down payment on a home. In this video that I've published on my YouTube channel, I talk about the home down payment. What percentage should you shoot for? How does it all look and how does it impact your finances? Check that video out next to learn a little bit more about the home buying process. I really hope this video was super helpful for you because I know that buying a home is a big deal for all of us. It's the American dream after all. And if you go through all the hard work of trying to find a property and making sure that your financials are in line and you've taken all the right steps, do not take that misstep toward the very end where you go and purchase furniture or go take a loan out on a car or go take a loan out and buy a boat or something crazy like that, because that can really hurt your chances of closing on that loan. I appreciate you tuning in. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you on the next video.